As the warning label says, this work contains grotesque violence and stuff. Xander, you probably already know what happens, but don't spoil it for anybody because that's not cool. But yeah, all. Okay, all right, man. If I need help, I'll just ask you then. I don't know who's speaking here, but I would assume it's Guy, because usually that's Charon's protagonist, is always a guy. I saw a sky glittering in the colors of a rainbow. This was a scenic white garden surrounded by a cropping of trees. I was there, alone with her. What a pretty color. She whispered that under her breath. She was calm, very much so. A wind blew past, and the girl's hair swayed with it. The sweet smell of flowers prickled my nose. The girl continued to look at the sky, paying not a glance to me. I raised my eyes upward once more. There was the sun above us, no moon, no stars. Yet the sky stone glittering in many hues. It could have painted the earth. It was too brilliant for the naked eye. It was the first time I had seen such a color in my life. I suppose we won't ever see it again. I don't like how there's like a space right here, but I guess that's what happens when you try to translate it. During the time I had forgotten to breathe, the girl spoke. Yes. This would be the last. We wouldn't be looking up at the sky again. This was the very last time this girl and I wouldn't be hand in hand ever again. But you're fine with that, I see. The girl smiled gently. Yeah, the visuals are really good. They're like top notch for a Charon game compared to all the other games I've played. But then again, this is supposed to be a very high produced quality visual novel by Charon. So I'm not surprised. And plus, this is 2018, so obviously he put in a lot of work with all his experience since his first game. Black as far as the eye can see. I sprinted in the midst of such endless darkness. Underneath my feet was a muddy path. I sprinted in the darkness of a forest, looking for a yet-to-be-found light. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Looking for a yet-to-be-found light. That doesn't make sense. As far as I was being chased by someone, as if I was running away from someone, I sprinted, not sparing a glance behind me. At one point, I hit the ground hard and found myself covered head and toe in mud. Breathing hard, I looked pitiful. There I was, running my hardest, pounding ripples into the ground, and yet I couldn't remember the most basic things, such as who I was trying to run from, or who was chasing me. No, nothing. I couldn't remember a thing. Why was I here? I felt stupid for running, and abruptly stopped at my tracks. My vision cleared as I did so, and I saw my surroundings vividly. I was utterly surrounded by the green of overgreen trees. My attention drawn to a light sleeping through the trees. I traveled deeper within. Let me know if the volume is too loud, because I can't really tell. I feel like the volume is... Charon presents. My boy Charon. La chica quiere ser recompensa. Dude, I heard there was Spanish in here, and there it is, Spanish. Was it Shima? I think, if my Japanese isn't wrong, I think her name was Shima. La niña no sabe afecto. The girl who does not know affection. Ririsu. Lilith? Ririsu? Ririsu? I don't know. La chica está atrapada en el pasado. The girl who is trapped in the past. Shiyu, or is it you? Dang, what's that kanji or the katakana? Something you. La niña lo sabe todo. The girl who knows everything. Vanilla. That's awesome, dude. That's pretty cool, though. I like how they added Spanish to it. It's pretty interesting, although it's kind of random because I don't understand. I feel like this is kind of like that one thing where Bleach, for some reason, adds Spanish to their characters and stuff. Nekofu Jikaru. Un jardín de luz que no he visto. A garden of light that no one's seen. Es muy tarde cuando estamos acostados. It's too late when we're asleep. No hay lugar para que regreses. There is no place to return to. Haha, so I'm the first streamer to translate that, guys, in live for you guys. So for those who's wondering what those words said on the screen, now you know. Haha. I'm awesome. Chapter 1, First Contact. Our footsteps echoed in the corridor. I followed the almond-eyed girl through a carpeted hallway. Our shoes tapped against the carpet in the midst of an awkward silence. It seemed as if the silence didn't bother the girl, however. Watch, there's a fourth wall break like every other visual novel. Dude, I'm no kidding. If there was a fourth wall break, that'd be pretty interesting, actually. Kind of like Doki Doki in a way. Although I feel like we wouldn't ever get a Doki Doki ever again unless someone intentionally makes a really cool visual novels like that again. So I don't know. Hey, what's up, people? Welcome to the stream. As I walked, I swept my eyes over my surroundings. The inside of the castle was more spacious than I had imagined it to be, and was lavishly furnished with expensive furniture. It also seemed as if the place had every nook and cranny cleaned, to the point not a speck of dust could be found. The building itself was impressively built, and it was possible to see its component construction from the outside. Ah, come to think of it, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Lilith. Anyway, you don't need to worry about being formal. So, do you remember your name? Truth is, I don't. I thought so. Everybody who comes in here hasn't got a single memory. I was the same. Well, it might be scary, but you've got nothing to worry about. All the girls here are nice people. Nice people. Essentially, the girl here wasn't the only person living here. Judging by the size of this castle, hundreds of people could find accommodations here. If that was the case, then just how many people lived here? I thought to ask the girl, but stopped myself. As an amnesiac, I still don't know how to say that word. I'm like dumb, guys, so I'm sorry. I was always bad at like spelling stuff out, so bruh. I judged it better not to butt in and ask her about every little detail. I had no choice but to pick apart what information the girl spilled. I quietly followed Lilith. There, we're here. Saying that, Lilith stopped walking. Hey Jaden, if there were any good or bad endings, will you go through them all or just stop at one point? You get it. Hey, what's up, Golden Genesis? Xander, to answer your question, I don't know, man. Like, if this game is really good, like really, really good, then I will definitely go through all the routes. Although, if this game is kind of like alright, I guess, I don't know if I want to go through every single route. Because, one, well, you might know, Xander, but I might not, I don't know how many routes there is. So, and I don't know where I should save in order to go through every single route, but yeah, I don't know, man. I guess if everybody demands it for me to go through every route, I will. Otherwise, it's like I'm probably gonna move on to the next game. I don't know, but it's really depends on everybody's interest and if this game is good for me or good, in my opinion. I don't know. So really, I guess we'll see. The living room I had been taking to had 2 other girls inside, sitting on the sofa next to an elegant table. They seemed to be relaxing. When the pair noticed our presence, they walked over with a curious look on their faces. Dude. Oh man, there's like 2 other girls. I don't know what kind of voice I want to give them. Hey, YBB solo drills? I'll just call you drills, man. Say, how long on time scale would I take to finish one of these games? Depends on which Charon game you're going to play. If you're playing one of the older ones, it takes you about an hour. Depends on how fast you read. But yeah, this one, I have no idea how long it's going to take. Ida Maya. I'm new, wondering where you are from. Hey, I am from the US. So the good old United States. That's where I'm from. Cheerful girl. I guess like since she's cheerful, I guess I can give her a little cheerful voice, I suppose. Oh my, a guest? This is the new guy. He hasn't got a name yet, apparently. Well, good afternoon to you. It's nice to make your acquaintance. Yikes! He's all muddy. You okay? You get injured or something? It was just a little slip. Okay, that's good. What should I call you? I believe we should think of a name for our guest first. It may take a while for him to remember that part of himself. Yeah, true. Okay, take whatever name you get, alright? It's not convenient being a plain old John Doe, don't you think? Yeah, but I can't think of any one at the top of my head. Right. Dude, this is getting confusing. Right, then. Since your hair is white, your name should be Blanco. It's Spanish for white. What do you think? It's cute, right? Isn't that a little cut and dry? It's no issue if he's alright with it, though. I mean, it's temporarily, so it doesn't matter. We ain't got any other bright ideas either. Yeah, why not? We're just gonna with Blanco. You can call me Blanco. Oh, you're really okay with Blanco? Yay, awesome, Blanco. Blanco Shimanko? Blanco Shimanko, it doesn't matter. Both of you aren't you forgetting to introduce yourself? Oh yes, sorry about that. My name is Sima. Nice to meet you, Blanco. I'm in charge of the cleaning up this place. I guess you could say my hobby is writing novels. It doesn't work out too well, though. That's not even close to being the case. I once had the opportunity to read one of Sima's stories, but it was lovely and unique. I enjoyed the experience. Yeah? Thanks, Soyo. You're making me feel shy. Sima. She seemed the brightest out of all 3. Combined with her rough way of speaking, she gave off a boyish atmosphere. My name is Soyo. In this castle, I handle cooking for the most part. If you like, tell me what kind of food you enjoy. I'll keep it in mind when I'm thinking of what we'll make. And let's see, I'm skilled at brewing tea. I also make sweets from time to time. Soya's the oldest of us here, but me and Lilith don't really treat her like she's older since we don't want to make her feel left out. You should do the same, Blanco. There's no need to go out of your way regardless. Soya. She was very composed and well-mannered, Perhaps as a result of that, her voice was hard to pick up. Was she a shy person? Should I go ahead and introduce myself one more time? My name is Lilith. I'm on laundry duty, sort of. But I don't want to touch anything that's touched a guy, so you can do yours yourself. I mean, you'd be embarrassed if anything gross was on in there, right? Hey now, hold your tongue a second. I feel bad for Blanco and Lilith. I've been the one doing the work while you were slacking off. Just kidding. You're just imagining it. Lilith, she was brash and her words and had a thorny attitude. She acted like she was annoyed, but she went through the trouble of showing me the way here, so I figured her to be a good person underneath it all. Anyway, since we've got introductions out of the way, how about someone show Blanco the inside of the castle? Blanco doesn't know anything since he just got here. He'll need a change of clothes as well. That's true. It would be inconvenient for him to not know where the shower room and toilet is. Wait, what? Why are you both of you looking at me? Hey, are you telling me I have to show him? Yeah, I mean, you showed him this far, didn't you? Why not show him everything else? Yes, I agree. We'll leave it to you, Lilith. Hey! But by just what logic do I gotta be the tour guide? I don't get a thing. You, dude, I swear to God, these spaces between the freaking comma and stuff, it's like throwing me off a lot. I don't get a thing you two are saying. I don't wanna. I'm a busy woman. I don't wanna be looking after this guy. Oh, sorry for the bother. Hey, what's up, Kyo? Thanks for coming on the stream, and glad you enjoyed the stream so far. Wait, you read about it, but no, how many endings? Yeah, okay. So when I said when I read through it, like I read like a summary of it, like the wiki page. I believe there's like, based on what I skimmed, I think there's like 6 endings or something, maybe? I don't know. But the thing is, I don't know how long each ending or each route will take, so I don't know, man. Hey, don't look at me that way. I can't say no to a face like that. Alright, fine. I'll do it. I just have to show you around, right? Let's get this done already. Come along, and make it fast. I knew you'd say yes, Lilith. Thanks. Be quiet. I'm not doing this for you, or him, for that matter. Thank you, Lilith. Jeez, you too, Soyo. You'll be remembering this later. We were seen off by the two women as we walked further inside the castle. Lilith was giving cheek as always. Was she actually mad? What a pain. Well, it wasn't a stretch for her to be. After all, she had been half forced to look after me. The time of day was afternoon. It was around this time people would generally sample sweets while sipping tea. I felt a pang of guilt for having interrupted her precious tea time. What? I was just running my mouth. I'll give you a proper tour. While Lilith had a sharp tongue, I felt like I had a glimpse of her inner kindness to give me the tour one way or another. It was a little charming. Okay, Xander, will do. I will ask you for help if I need anything. Thanks. Here's the shower room. Go ahead and do something about all that mud. It's filthy. Lilith said this and roughly pulled the curtain aside. Thinking it wouldn't do to keep her waiting, I got into the shower with haste. The mud on my person was matted and didn't come off too easily. The mud on my person? Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. I was in a forest before I came here. I had been running around that forest that was dark as darkness itself. I ran, fell, and had gotten covered in filth. As if I had been running away from something. Why? I had no memories. I couldn't recall a thing. What had I feared? What had me in such a hurry? The mud on my body had already dried completely. Cleaning it off was a difficult task, even using a brush to scratch it. That's right. It was mud for a fact. It was lukewarm, filthy, and dripping. I had tripped in the mud, and that was why I was covered in it. Okay, yeah. Okay, dude, we get it. You freaking slipped in mud. Okay, cool. You don't have to describe it like that. That's where all there was to it. That should have been it. But why was I thinking something like this about the filth on my body? It's a metaphor? Question mark? Maybe? It resembled blood. It looked as if I had bathed in blood. Seeing myself like this, something awful came to mind. But only for a second. Ah, shit, what was that? I don't know. Had I killed someone? Was that why I was contaminated even underneath my fingernails? Killed. Who? I decided to stop such foolish train of thought. I was surely imagining things. How long had I been in the shower? Lilith called out to me impatiently. Hey, how long are you going to keep me standing here? Did you pass out or something? I'm on my way out. Whatever, get it done. Lilith breathed an exasperated sigh outside the shower curtain. Wait, was she just standing outside the shower curtain? I wonder, wait, did he have clothes on when he went into the shower? Bruh, what? When I stepped from the shower, a towel and a change of clothes was already prepared for me. I dried myself with a towel and put it on the clothes before leaving the shower room. Lilith sat on the sofa, a bored expression on her face. It seemed I have left her waiting for a long time. Now you know where the shower room is, right? The toilet is next door. We don't really have to have a scheduled time for showers. Why don't you shower when you like? Ah, but you're a man. You ought to be sure nobody's inside before going in, got it? If you don't, I'm not taking responsibility for what happens. Lilith's bluntness washed away the feeling of solitude that had came over me in the shower. That's how it should be. She should continue dispelling my worries, just by her usual self. I managed to remain calm, even with strange thoughts whirling around my brain. This wasn't good. Keep it cool. If I lost it here, I'd likely lose it all. I'd not only lose my reason to live, but also my value being here. I had to listen to Lilith's guidance that she was giving despite not wanting to. This is the cafeteria. The kitchen is next door. Most of us don't go in the kitchen besides soil. I'm clumsy, so I don't just cause problems, so I'm in charge of eating. The cafeteria. It wasn't as large as I expected, but it was built with the warmth of a cafe. Drinking tea would surely calm the soul. This is the library. Seema's been writing something here, but I don't know the details. Oh, oof, dude, that was Lilith speaking. I was talking in the guy's voice. Oof. The library. There wasn't many books available, but it was just the right place to write something. Come to think of it, Seema said she wrote as a hobby. What kind of stories did she write here? When I had the opportunity, I wanted to ask. And this is the garden. You should have passed it coming here, so you probably already seen it though. Seema takes care of the flowers here sometimes apparently. I'm not really a fan of flowers, so I don't really care. The garden. There were a number of dying plants in the flower bed. According to Lilith, Seema was caring for some of them. But even the flower plants had yet to bloom. Was the ground sterile? However, according to that logic, the garden where I met the girl in white wouldn't have existed in the first place. Was that place special? Or was there something else to play? At play. My bad. Hey, Golden Genesis. Thanks for thinking that I'm awesome. Appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, man. Thanks. Hope you're enjoying the stream. There's a terrace above the stairs. The view up there is gorgeous, but I think everyone thinks it's a pain to go all the way, so nobody really goes. If you want to exercise, why not go and see? There's a lot of stairs, so you'll tire yourself out though. The terrace. Most likely, it was the highest point in the castle. One could likely get a bird's eye view of this entire area. Despite the climb, I thought it might be worth it to try going up. And lastly, this is your room. It's your freedom to keep it clean or leave it messy. Just do whatever you want with it. The room that was prepared for me was more than I deserved. The room was large and pristine. Had someone been keeping it clean before I arrived? And by the way, I'm rooming next door. Try anything weird at night and you'll be getting it the back of this hat. I see. I realized the girl to be my surveillance. I could understand not being able to predict that what a complete stranger in mail could do after intruding on your living space. I felt ashamed to have to be watched, but it wasn't unreasonable. I had to make sure I had no mistakes around the other residents. Or I made no mistakes around other residents. Okay. I pretty much explained everything by now, I think. You good? You can do whatever you want until dinner time. Thanks, Lilith. It's not like I did that for you. I just did it because everyone asked me to. Well, of course, typical tsundere. Am I right, guys? Bruh, and I called it. Was she tsundere or what? I resorted in my thoughts. If I told her this directly, it might have gotten punched. Anyway, she was a bit too malicious to be a tsundere, I thought. I thanked Lilith for the broad introduction and left. Ah, my throat keeps getting dry. Jeez. I wanted to rest. Thinking that, I searched for a place to sit and relax and came upon the cafeteria. There, Soyo sat sipping on tea. Ah, Blanco, you came at just the right time. I just finished brewing the tea. Would you like to join me? If it's not a problem. Yeah, sure. I'll have some. Yes, go ahead. For today's sweets, I tried baking cookies. I hope it's to your taste. When the cup I was given approached my mouth, a sweet smell of peaches reached my nose. Sitting like this and sipping tea caused a feeling of nostalgia to rise to the surface. I could have drunk the tea like this with someone in the past. Someone? I couldn't think of anyone, but yeah. At that point in time, the tea had smelled even sweeter. This is peach tea. Seema absolutely loves it. Lilith, however, hates tea and will only eat the sweets. That's funny. It's thanks to those two that I can enjoy my days here. Is it alright for me to be like this, to be this happy? This comes to mind quite often. Soyo smiled a lonely smile and began her story. Seema and Lilith had already been here by the time I came. As a result, even if I'm the oldest, I'm the newest to the castle. Those two were kind to me when I didn't know anything. I'm truly grateful. As I saw it, the only three people in this castle were Seema, Lilith, and Soyo. If Soyo came later, then Seema and Lilith must have been living here earlier. Anyway, Just what was this place? Who built this castle? Could those two have done it? Built such an impressive structure? All by themselves? No. No way. That was impossible. The girls must have moved into a castle someone had built previously. It must have been for that reason the area looked like a long forgotten city.
So please rest at ease, Blanco. You must be confused because of your amnesia, but you will be fine. You should really be able to remember gradually in these beautiful surroundings. Come to think of it, Blanco, have you yet to remember anything?
Soyo stirred her tea and asked tearfully.
To tell you the truth, when I came here, there was one thing I could remember. That one thing was my name. My name is Kazami. Someone that could gently encompass others like a breeze. That was what was wanted. That was what was wanted for me when I was named. It seems. That was all I could remember.
Her name. Her true name. I heard those words and was suddenly taken into reality. Did I have a name? A name that had once been called by someone out there?
Isn't it lovely that there are names given with a wish? It's said that humans grow up to be the person that their name implies. How mysterious. I would like to hear your true name someday as well. That is, if you can remember. However,
not confident that'll happen. I might not be able to.
That is okay. Everyone started to like you. Also, you will remember one way or another. My past, I see it in my dreams. Every day since coming here, you will remember who you are, gradually, as you live here. That is why I can say you will gain everything back for sure.
Dreams?
I wonder, just I can't even talk. Just where we are. Just where we are. And what kind of place is it? I can't say for certain what's happening. Before I realized it, I was lost in a very dark forest, and I eventually came upon this place. Were you not the same, Blanco?
I see. I was the same as the rest of the girls, plagued by amnesia. We all were lost in the forest before making it here. The only reason the girls were all calm was because they had remembered everything there was to remember. That is why they could remain sane. They weren't flustered as I was. That is if it truly was possible for one's memories to return to them in their dreams.
My, it's this time already. I talked for too long. My apologies. I will go make the preparations for dinner.
Oh, thanks.
No, I'm sorry to cut our conversation short. If you'd like someone to talk to, I believe Seema was still looking after the flowers. Lilith comes and goes as she pleases, so I am not sure her whereabouts.
Soyo said she will prepare dinner. I wasn't particularly good with my hands. The fact that was sunken into my body, so I knew if I were to help her, I would only cause trouble. Thinking I shouldn't get in her way, I left.
Oh, Blanco, what's the matter?
When I came to the garden, Seema was looking after the flowers like Soya had said. Seema saw me and smiled at me happily.
Hehe, did you come to help me? It's too bad, but I don't really got any work for boys. Sorry.
What you doing?
Oh, this flower's a
gardenia? Is that okay? So is that the flower's name?
Oh, this flower's a gardenia. I was just watering it. It's still budding though. If you don't water it often, it'll dry up straight away. Did you know? They say gardenias grow in heaven. It's the flower that brings joy and blessings. Isn't that great? All the flowers in the garden need a lot of care to keep on living. That's why I'm spending a lot of time taking care of them. For some reason, they're all wilting. Though, is it the earth here? As I thought, the vegetation here wilted easily. The earth could very well be sterile. What? Why are you planting flowers then? Haha, I wonder why. Truth is, I don't really know either. I don't have any hobbies until I came here. You know how we don't have anything to do here? That's why I thought I'd do this. Yeah, not for any special reason. Isn't it weird?
No, it isn't.
Thanks. Lilith makes fun of me for all the time, though. She's all, why are you looking after those buds that'll wilt in no time? I thought the same thing. Why would someone plant and try to bloom flowers on sterile ground?
Oof, that was a guy.
Normally, nobody would do this. Then, was she trying her hardest to take care of these flowers? Despite this, I didn't ask her anything. It wasn't good to ask about the person's intentions in this case, because it wasn't possible to put those feelings in words. Soya always works hard cooking me our meals, and she makes us tea and snacks at 3. That's why she's probably busy. She doesn't have time to look at the flowers. But you know, sometimes she reads my stories while she drinks her tea. That gets me so happy. Oh right, writing stories is my specialty. Actually, I guess it's not my specialty. It's kind of a hobby. You interested, Blanco? I have some in the library, so you can give them a read sometime. Artists never tell a story with words. Rather, everything they want to say is between the lines. I believe Seema to be one of these people. I knew nothing at the time, but one day, I just might learn what was going on in Seema's mind. Do you have any strange hobbies, Blanco? This is just a guess, but you seem like you like books since you're quiet. Are you a literary type? Oh, sorry, you don't remember anything, right? It'd be nice if you could gradually get your memories back. Yeah. If there's anything I can do, let me know, okay?
Thanks.
Hehe, you'll be fine. Don't sweat things.
Seema's kind smile was a breath of fresh air. Thinking it wrong to keep her for too long, I left. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Seema's pretty cool. I think out of all the 3 girls, I think Seema's like my favorite, just because of the fact that she writes books and stuff, and I'm like a writer as well, so it's like, hey, look at that.
So, where are you here? What is it? You like me that much, is that it? You're a stalker or something?
The reason why I had some time until dinner was ready. I ended up coming to the library by the chance. When I did, Lilith was here. Lilith was there, I mean. That was all it was. I didn't follow her. Lilith, who was spread out on the sofa, didn't seem to fit the library's atmosphere. Lilith suddenly bursted into laughter, seeing my tired expression.
Pfft! Come on, let up on that dumb expression. Seriously, what's with that face? Just thinking about it makes me laugh. When you got here this morning, I saw you all teary at the door too.
Ugh. That's so mean.
Sorry. I'll stop laughing. Don't be mad. Huh. Phew. Okay, I'm calm.
Lilith likely wasn't being malicious, though there certainly would be people bothered by her condescending attitude. I still owed her for showing me around the castle, so I didn't say anything. I ignored Lilith, who had rolled over laughing and sat on the sofa across from her.
Did you talk to Seema and Soyo? You kind of look like you came here because you don't have anything to do. Sorta, yeah. Okay, I don't really care though. Did you want to ask me anything? If there's something I know, I might give you an answer. Tell me about this place. Who knows? I don't know either. I don't think this is heaven, though. Really, why are we here? None of you are trying to get to the heart of the matter. And also, I think we're being kept here without knowing anything. I'm gonna say it straight and I'll tell you I'm tired of it all. Living here, you know, I mean, there's nothing here. Nothing fun. Nothing that makes me happy. There's nothing. There's really only sadness here. That's what my dreams tell me every night. I did something bad, so this might be my punishment. What do you see in your dreams? I get nightmares. Can't describe it any other way. Soyu's able to be carefree about the whole remembering her memories thing, but I only get the bad things in my dreams. It's like seeing all the wrongs I've committed in a daily digest. I couldn't get any worse. You ought to be careful too. You can't wake up even if it's tough, because it's a dream. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I was talking about it to help you out or anything. Well, you must be pretty uneasy, right? You were brought to this remote with amnesia. You must be at sea. Anybody would. It's normal to feel that way. It wouldn't be strange if you lost your marbles, right? Lilith spoke maliciously and put people down with ease, yet somehow I didn't hold her to the things that would normally have her hated. Somewhere, there was a warmth in the smile that sometimes played in her lips, and the care she showed me. Likely, Lilith was kinder than she let on. Hey Jaden, how much do you charge to do a cover? Hey Edison, how much do I charge to do a cover? You can check out my Patreon. I usually take requests through there, so if you want to know, you can just go through there. I believe there's a link in the description of this live stream, so you can just check it out. Anybody got dirt on her? Bro, she's acting sus. Yeah, no kidding. Somewhere there's a... Okay, I already read that. Anyway, where did the name Lilith come from? If I remember correctly, the name was supposed to reference evil spirits who caused harm to both men and boys alike. Why is your name Lilith? It's an alias. Isn't it obvious? It became my name when I got here. We all call each other by nicknames here. Huh? My true name? Why do I gotta tell you? It's private. Promise me you'll not interfere with our past and names. We won't either. Well, it's not really a big deal if the person in question wants to talk about it. But my name is... Nah, never mind. I don't want to talk about it. When I brought up the topic of names, Lilith began to brood. She might not have wanted it known. I thought to avoid bringing up the topic again. I decided to change the subject and ask her about the girl in white. Would Lilith know anything about the girl who brought me here and disappeared from thin air? Have you seen a girl in white? Hey, girl. I didn't see anyone. The only person I saw this morning was you. Oh my, you see a ghost or something? You could have gotten cursed before you lost your memories. Wah, poor you. She really was there, though. I was joking. Anyway, she brought you here, right? She's not a violent ghost, so no need to worry, right? Nobody knew where we were. We were also apparently shown dreams of our past each night. According to Lilith, these were nightmares. The girl in white called herself Vanilla. These girls here didn't seem to know of her. I could very possibly have been the only one to have seen and spoke with her. Just what was she? Things grew more and more mysterious. Interesting. Vanilla. Who is she? Afterwards, the residents of the castle all had dinner and returned to their individual rooms. I had finished what I needed to do before bed and lay down. I wanted to sleep already. I was exhausted in mind and body at this point. However, I couldn't calm myself. Was it because I couldn't gather my thoughts? Or was it anxiety from coming to a new place? Or was it my frustration with myself for not being able to remember anything? Thinking exploring the castle would be a good change of scenery, I left my room silently so as not to wake anyone up. I remembered Lilith said the view from the terrace was quite nice. I climbed the stairs, headed to the highest point in the castle. On the terrace was a calming breeze. She was there. I see. You've come. The girl in white turned and put on a suspicious smile when she saw me. She then continued to speak as if she was testing me. Alright, let's see. How much is it? Hey Jaden, can you do DXD opening 1? Bruh. Maybe. I don't know. Really depends, man. You don't get it. You will get it later, I bet. Actually, never mind. I realize that makes no sense. I'm dumb. Nah, it's all good, Xander. You're good, man. Is the scenery here not breathtaking? How did you feel taking in this landscape? Did you believe this place to be? I could see a sea of clouds from the terrace. It was as if the sky glittering in 7 colors was signaling the end of the world as we knew it. What was this place? The terrace, where one had the whole area underneath their fingertips, provided no answers. I had yet to grasp even the basics. Here, the sky glitters in a palette of colors, shrouded in never-ending clouds. It is as if we are in a castle built to pierce the sky. I thought about it and I still don't understand. Yes, this world exceeds human understanding. The girl continued to speak as if she were an emotionless doll. The more I stared at the girl's green eyes, the less I felt to understand her. Just why did this girl save me? You showed me the way earlier. There is no need to thank me. I did nothing but fulfill what was required of me. Was she being shy? Or did she simply have no interest? I couldn't read the emotions off the girl who had turned her eyes away from me. Did you speak with the others? The others? Was likely the 3 girls. Did Vanilla know the girls somehow? You will need to be frank with others as long as you live here. Everyone is so nice. Yes, the girls seem to have feel comfortable in the months since coming here. Their expressions have become peaceful. Judging from Vanilla's speech, she knew who the other 3 were, yet Lilith said she didn't know of her. The mysteries grew right and left. There were too many things I couldn't understand. Ah, yes. Let me warn you of one thing. I recommend you not to pry into the past of the residents here. Do not meddle in others' affairs. Do the others not wish the same thing? I also recommend not following those who attempt to leave. Caring for others excessively will only cause your destruction. I knew nothing about this girl, yet I felt her words to be the truth. I was important not to pry too much, and stepping too far into someone's private matters wasn't a good idea for either party. It was likely a good idea to listen to what this girl had told me. Also, please remember this one thing. Regardless of what is happening here, you are free of sin. This is an extreme case, however. If someone were to die or disappear, or were to be murdered, You are free to do as you please. Those troubling words suddenly spilled from her lips. I could do as I pleased. I could kill as I pleased. Just what was this girl saying? What a disturbing thing to say in such a peaceful place. I felt as if her words had jinxed me. She spoke as if predicting something unpleasant were to happen in the future. I wouldn't do such an awful thing. Yes, that may be true. You have food, shelter, and an environment prepared for you. You live without any restrictions. You live with order. It was my imagination playing tricks on me. There were no possibility of anything happening. I could only think of living peacefully with such nice people. Stop it. It must have been my imagination. Though, are you not mistaken? There's not only fun to be had here. Do you not see nightmares each night? Dreams of your past? Dreams? Was Vanilla talking about the same dreams that Lilith and Soya had mentioned? As more and more time passes, you will come to recall the many sins you have committed. What was she doing? She spoke only of impossible things, attempting to bewilder me. Or was she trying to tease me? She knew too much of working of this world. Just, who are you? Do you have an interest in me? Yet, I told you before, there is no need. You are truly hard to convince. You may think of me as a servant. I apologize, but I'm not at liberty as to speak any more on the matter. You should rest now. Everyone else will have retired to their beds by now. Vanilla disappeared as soon as she said this. The girl in white, Vanilla. Just what was she? I was spending my first night here since coming to this place. Too much had happened and I hadn't properly processed all the information. I once heard that humans process the goings of their day while asleep. Or I thought I had. I was exhausted. I went to bed as soon as I could. Good night. I saw a painting. A dark painting. A dark painting without a single beam of light. The painting had fallen before me. I had been drawing. Perhaps drawing was my hobby? I hadn't been told so. I drew one of my own volition. But this had not been painted by me. It had been someone else. Someone that wasn't me that had painted this. I knew that person. I had the feeling I knew that person very well. Who was it? Who was calling me? Why do you invite someone like me? I'm negative. I don't smile. I'm not fun to be around. I wonder why. It was probably because I found it fun to talk to her. It was only with her I could have so much fun talking about our interests. What was this memory? Everything was messy. Why did I know this person? Fun? You think it's fun to be around me? I got it. I can still be fun to be around them. The girl whispered this and tucked in her chin. I remember that happy face of hers didn't leave my head for days. I thought it was a surprise for her to make such an expression. Who was she? Why did she know me? No, I know her. That girl was very important to me. She was someone I shouldn't forget. Her name was... I couldn't remember. She had been so important to me, and yet I have forgotten not just her name, but her voice, her face, and everything else. It all grew foggy and distorted. Oh, I see. This was the nightmare they mentioned. I was being shown a nightmare of the past I didn't want to see. I was being shown a fragment of the unchangeable past. Time that I couldn't recover even if I regretted it. A time I couldn't possibly return to and redo. When my eyes opened, white curtains fluttered. I still lived peacefully with 3 other girls. Just what was this place? I might have been in heaven or hell. I feel like this is important. I'm gonna... Oof, wait. How do I save? Okay, the bunny boy. Gotcha. I like saving twice just to make sure. Heaven or hell? Dude, this is kind of hard to say. Oof, I'm just gonna heaven. Chapter 2, Gardenia. Alright, I think this is a good point to stop the game. Return to title.